some of my best research ideas have probably come out of reflecting on my faith. For example, this is a little more implicit, though the topic itself might jump out to some who have a kind of religious background, but some of my research on leadership is around servant leadership. All right. And I saw that first for me. I saw that in the scriptures and in the model of Christ. And I thought to myself, I wonder if that'll work in the business world. Is it going to transfer over? And being a researcher, I decided to test it. And so I was one of a group of folks, and there's several others involved, but where we started researching this about 2 decades ago. And now there's, I think, almost over 500. I think I'm short selling that as well. Studies around servant leadership and its impact in the workplace. And servant leadership is certainly a unique kind of leadership that can be informed by our faith. It doesn't have to be. But boy, the results are just crystal clear that when there's a servant leader who looks out for other people's interests, who's concerned about their growth, who gives them a voice and treats them as a partner, not just somebody that reports to them, that people respond well, right? They're more committed, they're more creative, they work harder, their teams function at a higher level. And so, I mean, that is kind of an example that kind of takes us back to the beginning about how I've been doing research in this area, but I think it comes out of the fact that something in my faith spurred me to think about an idea, leadership, servant leadership. Then I put it kind of into practice through research and then saw practitioners also doing it and was able to confirm that that's a great way to lead.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, as you and maybe other people you've spoken to are doing their work, are they checking in with their faith? Are they checking in with, for instance, Holy Spirit? Should I be working on this? How should I respond to this situation? What questions should I be asking, et cetera? Like, is there a lot of back and forth like that? Or is it, again, like people have their faith, but their job's their job and it's separate, even though maybe they're thinking about this stuff during the day, they're still acting in their job in a totally secular way.
You're right. I think actually and I think every person's experience is going to be different here. But I think from my own experience and the people I talk to, I mean, it's a challenge to think about sometimes your faith and how it impacts what you're doing, because there's so many things in front of us, the things we have to get done, tasks we have to complete, problems we have to solve, that sometimes we can forget to reflect on our faith. I don't think that doesn't mean that faith isn't being integrated, because if your faith is central to you, it's shaping your attitudes and your motives, and so it's having an impact there. But I do actually think it's a helpful process to check myself in the morning or when appropriate throughout the day, and just to say, am I doing what I'm doing with the right motives? Am I doing this in a way that honors God, and actually asking for wisdom before I go into a meeting? It's a little bit unique here, Baylor. Again, I tried to describe that. No one's forced to pray, but it wouldn't be a strange thing for us to pray before an important meeting to ask for wisdom when we're doing strategic planning or talking through some faculty issues. And so I think we're all in a process of journey of learning. Those people who are interested in trying to integrate their faith, and some are maybe farther along than me, which I'm sure there are many, but I'm still working at trying to not only start the day and to live that out with my intentions, but actually kind of remind myself along the way of those resources, of that motivation and sense of satisfaction I can receive if I reflect on my faith during my workday.